990, Holy Ghost filled you with Sanganikate. I need the high life cause I'm heavenly minded. Hold up, I'm a 90s baby. So really, you made me walk up to you and you don't subscribe to the channel? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video and share it with someone. I know you will. Righteous, so wicked. Righteous, no wicked. You righteous, so wicked. Righteous, no. Well, President Hakainde Hichilema has dominated the news the past few days. From the time we held the Women's Day celebration, went to the Youth Day celebration, and then the recent Youth Indaba. So most of the speeches that have been given in those platforms, of course, there are national debate and obviously conversation. One of them being the issue of the Constitution amendments, and then obviously the installation of CCTV cameras in schools. And so what is Newsdigger saying? Tread carefully. Law Association of Zambia warns government there is danger in timing constitutional amendments with elections. So Laz has advised government to say, just like the way Bill 10 was shut down, because it was pretty much put in motion around the time there was a build-up to the 2021 elections. These new amendments that Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND are proposing are not different from that in terms of the emotions that is triggering in the nation. If it was to be made, it would have been better, right? Well, after they won the elections, people would have taken to say, I mean, there's enough time for changes to be made. But anyway, so Lazard has advised government to say, I mean, timing it now will just cause a lot of emotions, and obviously the reaction you can tell from the political debate from the time that it was notified to say those changes were likely to be made to the constitution. What is Chief Etayali says, constitutional amendments are always contentious. So how do you think you can just bring it up a few months before elections? I mean, Chief Etayali doubles down to say, we surely need these constitutional amendments just like we needed the Bill 10. But the way it has been brought up, coupled by the general election, makes it all wrong. So he says, just like the Bill 10 was brought up, which had certain positive elements, it's no different from this element. And then George Butonga, is a UPND supporter based in the United States, says defending the United Party financial development is one of the 101 ways to die. You are busy fighting for a thought that makes UPND look good, then boom, screenshots from president supporting the opposite. Only thing left now is to make memes of Jonah. So he says, I mean, he's been working hard to trying to do damage control with certain statements that have been coming from government and the UPND, but now it's becoming difficult because the former statements that were issued by the current head of state, Hakainde Hichilema, while in opposition, are contradicting the stand or the viewpoint that he holds now. That's Jonah's thing, and these are some of the screenshots that he's referring to. This was posted on 18th July 2020. So Hakainde Hichilema at the time in opposition says supporting Bill 10 because of one or two so progressive clauses is like drinking poison because it has sugar. So he says that was his argument to say, in as much as certain elements of Bill 10 were positive, but supporting it, the overall agenda is a negative connotation. So, and then people are asking to say, how is it different from what you're trying to do now? And as you can see, this was like literally a year before the 2021 elections, not different from the current state of things. This is like almost a year. This was in 2020, this is 2025. Next year is the election, 2021 elections were the other year. So, no different timing. Now this Max Sumukwe, says the draft constitution is only in Emmanuel Mwamba's mind. UPND is not like a patriotic front where conmen sit to spread money on, sat to spend money on Bill 10. I challenge Emmanuel Mwamba to publish the draft bill and state the members who drafted it by name. So that's the official director of media for the UPND. He was arguing to say there was no draft constitution. But then again, the official boss from State House, Samasaka, simply said, yes, the draft is ready and it will be taken to Parliament. So different sides coming from the same party there. And then obviously, Kasonde Mwenda, EFF president, says that the draft constitution Hakainde Hichilema has was not drafted by government, Ministry of Justice. Let Mr. Winter Kavimba tell the nation the truth. Hakainde Hichilema is just following blindly. So that's an allegation coming from Kasonde Mwenda. With regard to the same constitution, the vice president says the constitutional amendments aimed at serving the interests of all Zambians. That's according to Namtaina Mango. And then Kasonde Mwenda goes further to say he's even boasting that no one has seen my draft constitution. Zambia is not your ranch for you to be single-handedly write a constitution as if we are your animals. That's according to Kasonde Mwenda. Munia Zulu says not all United Party for National Development UPND members of parliament will support the amendments. Before you think of numbers from the opposition, think of their own numbers first. So referring to say not all members of parliament in the UPND will support it. I highly doubt that. And then Chifetari weighs in, I'm not endorsing Hakainde Hichilema's constitutional amendments, but how do we stop him? Bearing in mind he has numbers in parliament. So Chifetari argues opposing Munia Zulu to say, actually, the UPND has the numbers to pass that bill in parliament if it ever comes up. And what else is here? Three students union back constitutional amendments ahead of 2026 election. So that's University of Zambia Students Union president and probably other institutions there, probably NIPA or something. I'm not sure of the other institution, but I know the guy in the center, that's the University of Zambia president there, union president. And then Laura Miti says that these are some of the gender provisions in our constitution, referring to say there are already positive things in the constitution that the president was referring to say they need to make amendments to the constitution to benefit the youth, benefit the disabled and the women. But in the real sense, those are already in our constitution. So that cannot be used as an argument to say we need to make a constitution changes. And she highlights the things that are already in our current constitution, the 2016 version of our constitution. And then she says, this statement is not aging well. A statement that was put up again by Hakainde Hichilema in opposition on November 2nd, 2020. So if it were truly that the Patriotic Front's intention was to promote inclusion of youth, women, among others, through Bill 10, they would have done it already. None of the nominated members of parliament are youths and they're differently abled, plus only 3 out of 8 are women. Try again. So that's a simple situation that is prevailing in the UPND government. So people say, if you held that point of view in 2020, why has it changed now that you hold the realms of power? And pretty much that's a debate in the nation. GBM says that let Michael Sata cleared me of all charges. I should be released. GBM insists on going out. Whilst SEC and Sata cleared me, GBM has been calling for his release the past few days. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen.